Hello, welcome to the podcast, podcast. Yeah, it sucks that y'all only see me Fridays, though. It kind of does for some of y'all that wants to see me here or rather somewhere else, which I have been. Welcome back to another edition of the podcast. As you can see, we're almost, and when I say almost, I mean literally, that kind of fell in my ear. Almost to 100. Just 10 more podcasts. And like I said, I would love to do something special. I would. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I don't because I would love to do something really special um, for doing podcasts for so long, being able to try to keep up and be able to do a podcast every single week. And I hope that some of y'all been enjoying it and, whatever. I do not have anything to react to today. I do. However, a game has came out and a lot of people have been talking about it and I just feel like maybe I should also talk about it. But I feel so bad once I do, and some of y'all may not know that. Some of y'all may and stuff like that. So it's just whatever, you know. So that is the new Pokemon. The Pokemon that literally, and when I say literally, like literally, that just came out. And honestly, I won't be honest with y'all, every single one of y'all that's listening in. I was kind of hyped for it. I was kind of like, okay, open world. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, we do have the open world. We do. It was cool saying like, oh, you get your starters? Okay, interesting. Wait a minute, we can just go anywhere in the world at the get-go? Interesting. So that we can find any gym in any order? Interesting. Like it was like so interesting. It was because I want to be honest. I didn't like, and I am gonna be replaying. Like I said, I'm gonna be going through my Switch catalog soon. Which I will be doing. I will be doing that. I will be doing that. I will be going through my Switch catalog pretty soon. Pretty stinking soon. And I did not like Sword and Shield whatsoever. I hated the raids. I just did not like Sword and Shield. And over time, Pokemon just kind of got stale for me. It feels like the same formula each game, and it feels tiresome. Oh, a brand new region. Wow. Brand new Pokemon. Wow. 8 gyms. Wow. League 4 and some in content. That's the game. Literally. In a nutshell of every single stinking Pokemon game there is. But I was kind of hyped for Scarlet and Violet. The reason of being more open world, trying to break off from that traditional spot, which they did in Arceus, but I never picked up Arceus. I heard great and wonderful things about it, but I never picked it up. I never been too interest to pick it up. Maybe Black Friday, maybe. I don't know. We will just have to see. And then when Scarlet and Violet, I thought it was gonna be praised. I thought it was gonna sell like hotcakes. I don't even know where to begin on this one. It looks like a dumpster fire. Um, I'm sorry. It looks like a dumpster fire. Um, People are already experiencing glitches, and this is the first, exclusive. This is a first party. This is not a third party exclusive. You know, it's first party, and people were experiencing glitches and stuff like that, load-ins, some really frame rate issues, and it felt like a step back from Pokemon in general. And when I was looking at it, I did look at some footage, I did look at it, and I was like, wow, this is release. And I have been checking, and it's a pretty low score right now. And I was thinking of picking it up. Don't get me wrong, I was thinking of picking up more likely Pokemon Violet than Scarlet because of the way it looked. But with it looking like this, of just a broken mess and a really step down, it feels like they shouldn't have done that. Because right now, to be honest, I feel like they're running the franchise into the ground. I won't be honest. I say that for many franchises over the years. The Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty needs to take a break. Assassin's Creed, it needs to take a break. Like some of these love established franchises, and some of them just needs to take a break and not release the game in years to make sure it's polished and good. To make sure that it is a best selling game once it goes out the doors. But with this situation, um, it saddens me to say this in this way. It feels like they're just gonna make money no matter what game it is because it's Pokemon. It's just gonna sell well. It's just gonna sell well. It's just gonna sell well. It's just gonna sell off the shelves. That's what it is. I mean, look at Pokemon Arceus. I'm pretty sure it's sold off the shelves. New Pokemon Snap. Pretty sure it's probably sold off the shelves. Sword and Shield probably sold off the shelves. Like it doesn't matter if it's polished or not, and I don't like that mindset when making a game. Oh, this franchise is already selling good. If we just release something and stack a name on it, or something, people will buy it. And I hate. I'm sorry, but I legitimately hate that. Like I legitimately really hate when they put in so low effort into making a game when you're having making like billion, like you gotta keep this in mind. Pokemon is not like a third party. All right, they make billions of dollars. All right, have you seen the merchandise? Have you seen the shows? Have you seen the movies? Have you seen all the toys? Have you, like it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's unavoidable. You'll hear about Pokemon. It's unavoidable. It's just how it is. It's unavoidable. And then like, oh, it's just gonna sell money. And I just, to be honest, I feel like, and this is just me. You can also voice your own opinion if you want to as well. I honestly feel like they just need to take a break. Stop releasing Pokemon. What did we get last year? Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pearl, and I believe the year before that, new Pokemon Snap. I don't want to see a Pokemon game, whether it's like a main series or a little, side thing every year. I don't want to see that. For some of y'all, I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. I love, even though I haven't played Legend of Zelda in quite some time, I still love the franchise. I love the franchise. I do. But at the same time, I don't want to see a Zelda game every year. I just don't. You know why? Because I feel like it will run that series into the ground, just like many series before it. Like I'm fine with like Zelda here. Like last year, I don't think we got a Zelda game. Yeah, we did. We got Skyward Sword, and then 2019 was Link's Awakening remake. In 2017, I believe was Breath of the Wild, right? So it's been like a year skip, and then like either like a new Zelda game or just a remake of some sorts or a port of whatever it is. And I'm fine with that. But if it's like a new, brand new game every stinking year, then yeah, you need to take a break. Like you gotta take a break at one point or another. And I'm pretty sure you probably have a favorite game. It may not be like a well established franchise. It's just I'm trying to get my words to say here. Actually, give me 1 minute. I'm sorry. I was muted. Back to the Pokemon Scarlet situation. I'm gonna have to cut all that out. And wow, didn't even say anything. Um, but yeah, I said take a break. But people will just sit there and blame the Switch. Oh, it's just not powerful enough to handle it. And to that I say bullcrap. I've seen games that run better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I have. Even some ports that were made impossible that runs better. and look better than Scarlet and Violet. And to me, that's sad. That's sad. Like, I understand that, Pokemon, was I'm gonna say it in this way, was barely on the main console before this. It was always on a handheld. Well, with the main ones, sometimes you get side ones, but mainly the main ones you will get only on a handheld. You will not see on your original Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Nintendo 64 or GameCube or Wii. You will see it on your Game Boy. You would see it on the Game Boy Advance and then Nintendo DS. Like, you would see that. That is what you would see. Is that. And the 3DS, even the 3DS games, look better than this. I'm sorry. Even though I haven't played a Pokemon 3DS game. I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all. I have not played a single Pokemon on the 3DS. I kind of skipped the X and Y. What was it? Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. I think that's it. And the remakes. Those I did kind of want to play because I did like that generation. But it looks so much better. It looks and runs better than Scarlet and Violet. And to me, I feel like I'm sorry, like if because I'm a Nintendo fanboy too. I love Nintendo more than anything. But when I see bullcrap, I'm gonna spot him on it. I'm gonna make sure that I aim at my targets. All right, and I'm gonna make sure to shoot them down. And say like, hey, I don't want this again. Take a break because I feel like they're just now just I feel like they're just lazy. Like what I just said, but like what I just said earlier, saying like it doesn't matter as long as it's Pokemon, people's gonna buy it. Scarlet and Violet, doesn't matter if it's broken or not. People's gonna buy it because it is Pokemon. I just like it's like I feel like they're just way too lazy. And then I don't like when people say, "Oh, it's a Switch hardware problem." It's not. Okay? It has nothing to do with the hardware issue of running that. Like, yeah, do I think we need a better Switch version? Absolutely, positively. I think, it's kind of running slim and some games are getting a little harder to run. But sometimes it can be where they try their best with the hardware that's a limitation, or it just comes out buggy and as a mess. That's how I'm seeing that Scarlet and Violet. I don't know how much they're going to be patching it up because I have seen games in the past that has came out as a broken mess that looks like 10 times different. Like people talk about No Man's Sky, right? From the first it was released to now, it looks an entirely different game. An entirely different game. 100% different. So it could be with this situation, it could be the same scenario with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, I have not got my hands on it. So I really can't say for the buggy mess or anything like that. But when I see a lot of people, and a lot of people, I mean a lot of people, have been going after this because of what it set out to do. Because now it's going low and low on Google users. Because this morning, when I got up, it was like at 73% or 74%. Now it's at 69%. And it used to be a 3.2 or 3.3, and it's down to 2.8. So, yeah, it's been going down a lot, and people are having so much issues. And then most of what I see is like the Switch is too powerful. Like I said, I've seen better games run on the Switch than Scarlet and Violet. I have seen it. They're going for that like that Breath of the Wild approach, right? They're going for that approach to be massive open world. Cool. I do like open world games. I do, don't get me wrong. I like open world games. But when you have like Sword and Shield look better than this, then something's matter. If you have a Pokemon on the 3DS game that looks better than this, then you have an issue. And people are just willing to accept it, going, yeah, it's Pokemon. Like it's Pokemon, and I'm sorry, but it's just I I don't know if I want to pick up the version myself. After hearing all this, reading all this, like you can literally just Google Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and you just Google it, go to news, it pops up there. Review 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is too much for the Switch to handle. 6 hours ago, forest, the trees, everything in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looks jank. Like, like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, the reviews are going down the hill. If I just go to Metacritic, and some people like to bomb it, which is understandable. It understandable. It really is understandable. But how would you give it a 7 out of 10 with the like it's so like I'm curious of the user score. I'm pretty sure probably the user score of people that is like maybe a hardcore Pokemon fan. Like I said, probably I assume because everyone's gonna buy off the shelves because it is Pokemon. Like just like I said, it's Pokemon. But this is first party. First party. And this was actually I was not excited for Sword and Shield. When Sword and Shield came out, I was not excited for it. I did get peer pressure into getting it, and it's fine. Um, but I wasn't really interested in getting Sword or Shield. All right, but when they showed Scarlet and Violet, and with this, weird thing, I was like, oh, this is looking good. Like people are putting yeah, it looks good. The core mechanics are back. Like, are they even actually are they playing it, or are they just pulling it straight from their you know? Because I think they had an awesome idea. I mean, this was a good idea, but I think the execution was I think the execution was not that great. From what I've seen, and people's already posting it and having problems with it. And many people are even making YouTube videos about it. YouTube after YouTube, going on of how glitchy mess it is. And if I just go into YouTube right now and I just do Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, let's just say I want to, see what people says. Brutally honest, Pokemon Scarlet. Early tips. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. What went wrong? Mm, the performance bugs and tech issue. Hmm. But the problems, even someone just said Pokemon Scarlet has unforgivable problems. Should you buy it? To me, just looking at it because it just came out. We gotta remember it just came out, and I don't even have my own hands on it. So I'm going off from what I read and what I see. All right, I want y'all to keep that in mind. I do not have a copy of Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet. I do not. I still might get one because I'm curious of the issues. Like I'm curious of the issues. You know, is it gonna hold back? Is it gonna be like, is it that bad? You know, or will I actually like it? Like, will it be one of those games that I like that everyone does it? Because I'm pretty sure all of us at least have that, right? You probably have a game that you love and endure, while a majority, not everybody, but majority of people do not like this specific game. You know, and I'm sure we all have that. Like, I'm sure we have a game where it's just basically low on Metacritic, but when we can give it like such high praise because of how much time we spend in it. To me, I'm gonna wait because, like I said, it just came out. This is Friday, and usually these goes up Tuesday, so maybe I will hear more about it Tuesday before then. Um, and so will y'all. But as of right now, I'm going to probably sit this one out for a little bit and just see if it will improve. Because it's almost like the GTA. Some of y'all remember this, and I want to stand by what I say. I kind of like the definitive edition, the Grand Theft Auto definitive edition. I kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie. People may hate it because of the bugs and glitches. I didn't have many problems with it. It's still the Grand Theft Auto game that I grew up on. You know, so even though that was just a remake compared to a brand new game, maybe I will like it. Maybe it'll be one of those games. Who knows, right? I just want to have to. I want to be able to pick up a copy and see, because sometimes I do, which I'm gonna be honest. I I I I do base it on reviews at times. I do. Sometimes I'll wait a little bit because sometimes I like to hear people what they have to say about it. You know, that's what I would like to hear. And probably y'all too. Waiting to hear. Sometimes you do that with reviews. Probably, I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But usually sometimes I will wait. Like some of y'all may know, I'm a Resident Evil fan. And more likely, I was going to pick up the Shadow of Rose, the Winter Expansion DLC, but I haven't picked that up yet because I decided, hey, since I'm not currently really in a Resident Evil mood right now, I could just wait until the Steam Winter Sale to pick it up. Despite of how much hate, I still get the game and probably still like it. Like the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition, so much hate. Guess what? I like it. And I'll still bet. And I got the Switch version, and it's supposed to be the worst version imaginable. But guess what? I enjoy my time. So I'm pretty sure there's probably people, same with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that's probably already enjoying their time with the game, despite of everything that's going on. I feel I feel like I should just wait. and just think about it. Um, because at this point, like I said, I'm gonna wait, and I don't know if y'all gonna wait on it. Um, I would still like to try and see what I think, even though it's gonna sell at the shelves, even though my money, kind of speaks, and same thing with y'all's money speaks. Um, I'm probably gonna wait a little bit before getting Scarlet and Violet. Will I get Scarlet and Violet this year? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Depends on how it is, but I think we just need a better Switch at this point. Especially for the Tears of Kingdom. I even talked about it, and I feel like people have talked about it too. Why not release a revision of the Switch, a better performing of the Switch? Just like what you did with Breath of the Wild when Nintendo Switch was released, and Breath of the Wild was released right next to it. And I feel like they probably should do that with Tears of the Kingdom, which I hope they don't frick up that game. I hope they fix the issues that was happening in Breath of the Wild and fix those issues, because there are some things that I did not like in Breath of the Wild, but I hope they fix that for Tears of the Kingdom. I do. Trust me, I do. I do. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts so far on just looking at the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And that's what this whole podcast is just talking about the games that's just released, like just came out. Like it's crazy how many people dropped on that as soon as it came out. Like boom. And there's already people that's doing like clips and shorts and stuff. Well, we'll just have to. Well, I'm just gonna have to. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. Just gonna wait and hope that they. I don't know if they will ever will, because I feel like they do. Just take a break on making Pokemon games. Like take like a year or two break of just playing Pokemon games. Just do that, please. Like please, just do that. Like take 1 to 2 years at the at the very least. Just take that time to make sure that the game is well polished for one, and make sure that the game is the best one yet in the series. You know, if I ever made a video game series, I'm just saying for me, if I ever do, which I doubt I will ever do, but if I did, I always want to make it better. I always want to perform. I don't want it to fall off the cliff. You know, I don't want that to happen. People say Crash Bandicoot fall off the cliff, and I'm gonna be honest. I actually enjoyed Wrath of the Cortex. I actually enjoyed Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. People may not like those games. I actually enjoy them. Will I say it's better than the original trilogy? Absolutely not. Absolutely no. But the thing is, I enjoyed them. But people said Crash fell off the franchise pretty hard. And if I made a video game series, I always want it to be better. You know, make sure that the sequel is better than the first one. Make sure the third one is better than the sequel, and always try to improve on it. That's what I would do. But sometimes I will put a big series on hold, you know, because when you run a series down to the ground, it's going to get stale. It's going to be the same thing over and over. I mean, look at what happened to Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 was actually a really good game, in quite some time. In a long time from what I'm hearing. But that Call of Duty franchise fell off because it felt the same. It does not feel any different. And that's how I was feeling. That's why I don't like games when when you start feeling the same each time, it gets boring. You want to add something new, like the Legend of Zelda series. There's always something new, even if I may not like it that much. You know, but the thing is not. It kind of has the little same format where you have to go into dungeons and defeat the final enemy. You could say that for a majority of the games that you could play. But the thing is, there's always different types of dungeons. It's always different types of puzzles, different types of enemies, even though it may have some same enemies, but sometimes it will be different, you know. And during out the Legend of Zelda series, it's always different and unique where it stands out above the rest. You know, like each Zelda game actually stands out. If you look at the Call of Duty, they don't really stand out. Like if I put two Call of Duties on side to side, if you're a Call of Duty fan, you might notice which one it is. But if you're not, you probably would be like me, which would be like they look the same. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is Vanguard or Cold War. They both look like the same run and gun shooting. But I'm just saying, that's what I feel like. I don't know if the Game Freak will ever do that, but at this point, I feel like they're lazy and feel like they're just rushing things out because it would just sell off the store shelves. And I feel like they should just stop and just take a breather. Everybody needs to take a breather at one point or one time. You can't just overwork yourself all the time. You gotta be able to take a step back, take a breather, and just see how you can improve. I hope that y'all enjoy this podcast. Even though even though it kind of went a little bit on a rant sort of thing, because I was actually kind of excited for this Pokemon game, but just now hearing about it and just seeing about it, and seeing that the review, the Google scores is going down like significantly. Well, not significantly, but it's going down a good bit, or like a good bit. Because now, oh, it used to be 2.8, now it's 2.7. I just literally refreshed the page. Literally, it is going down the hill. And I hope Game Freak will hear everyone that's saying about this game. I really do. I hope that they hear and hopefully they will able never to do this again. Um, you know, hopefully. We'll just have to wait and see what happens in the midst of all of this. Because usually with Nintendo first parties, the scores have never been this low. And I'm just saying for first party, not for third parties, but for first parties, usually they're always on top and really good. But with this one, it might be the lowest score ever of a first party Nintendo game. So, yeah, that's how I feel. If y'all want to be on this podcast, y'all could always be part of this podcast. All you got to do is go into our Discord server. Well, we have changed a few things. Y'all will be going into my personal Discord server. Since I don't know what to do with the ministry Discord server at the moment. So, if you want something, there it is. All you gotta do is get in there, DM me if you want to be part of the podcast. That's only if you want to be part of the podcast. Also, y'all are welcome to submit any kind of topics, whether it's about video games or Scarlet and Violet or movies, Wakanda Forever. Come on, y'all, Wakanda Forever. Or anything Bible related. Anything as long as it's appropriate, I can speak on it. And like I said, if you don't want it to be just my own opinions and want it to be your opinions, then just come into the Discord server. Just come there. All right. We'll be back here in about an hour or so for the service. If some of y'all that may not know what that service is, if you ever been to church, it acts like a church service where you have the worship music, um, the announcements, the prayer, the positive message, Bible study, sermon, whatever you want to call it, more prayer, and then fellowship. If that's something that you would like, we'll be doing that in an hour from now. We have been going through the book of Luke, and we are in chapter 5. This is going to be a year-long series, ain't it? Good Lord, we're just now in chapter 5. But anyway, I hope to see you guys and girls in about an hour. Y'all take care. And hopefully I'll see you guys and girls there. Um, because there is gonna be hopefully soon some major really major changes to the online ministry and the way we do things. So there will be some major things happening very soon actually, since we're going to be going into another shift into another route that could be for the better. So I'll let y'all know when that time comes. I still gotta pray on it and make sure it's what God wants, not what I want. So I'm trying to make sure of all that. But yeah, I hope to see you guys the girls in an hour. Y'all take care and have a wonderful, awesome night. And see you hopefully soon.